What up? Greetings, friends, and welcome back to the show. The heat wave has finally broken here in sunny Los Angeles, California, so we are live, alive, and chillin', with my electric bill finally having been given a mercy killing. I hope you're all doing well. We have some fun stuff to talk about tonight, so let us waste no time in getting deep inside. Just time for a quick recap of the week, which was a busy one for the game industry. We started off with, I guess, the CEO, maybe, of Saber Interactive, the devs behind the absolutely incredible Space Marine 2, seemingly running afoul of the ever-indignant culture war section of the internet. I'm so tired of this. I'm sure you guys are too. And since you all know we prefer to stay well away from that kind of self-destructive slop and instead keep things here strictly about video games whenever possible. It's crazy, I know. It probably will not surprise you that I have nothing to say about this other than I have nothing to say about it. I'm apparently determined to make sure the algorithm never finds this channel, I know. Make me good video games to play and shut the fuck up, please, is my general philosophy when it comes to that nonsense. Y'all know that if something comes up that I feel is actually important, you will hear about it, mostly because I'm not really capable of keeping my mouth shut, as this segment about me not having anything to say about the subject clearly demonstrates. Otherwise, wake me up when the DLC is out and let's just keep it moving, please, okay? Next up, it seems the entire goddamn gaming staff of Annapurna Interactive straight ghosted the studio following a leadership dispute. And surprise, surprise, it was one of the goddamn billionaires, our modern real-life version of supervillains, that was behind the whole thing.
I think I'm gonna have a heart attack and die from that surprise.
This amoral fuck was trying to spin her own gaming company off the developer when she bailed, and it caused the president, Gary Ellison, to resign, who was then also shortly followed by the rest of the staff. In a joint statement to Bloomberg, Gary and the resigned staff said, all 25 members of the Annapurna Interactive team collectively resigned. This was one of the hardest decisions we have ever had to make, and we did not take this action lightly. Yeah, that sucks. As usual, the people with the money that were left are promising the other people with lots of money that they'll continue to ensure they all make lots of money. No word yet on what's happening with the actual real people who, now have no jobs, but let's hope they're all taken care of. I really like Stray. I hate hearing about this stuff. It sucks. Moving on, in other bad news, it looks like Nintendo is Nintendoing again. And by that, I mean accidentally letting the mask slip and exposing themselves for the villains they actually are behind all that cute Zelda and Mario stuff. Yes, it seems the wrong arm of the law has finally embraced our dear friend Palworld. The Nintendo sharks have been circling for a while, and now they've finally decided to spill blood for the blood god in the form of a copyright infringement suit that I think we all kind of knew was gonna come eventually. Developer Pocket Pair responded, saying in a statement, "It is truly unfortunate that we will be forced to allocate significant time to matters unrelated to game development due to this lawsuit. However, we will do our utmost for our fans and to ensure that indie game developers are not hindered or discouraged from pursuing their creative ideas. We apologize to our fans and supporters for any worry or discomfort this news has caused." Personally, I hope they manage to win this one, not because I don't think that they kind of sort of clearly ripped off Pokemon a little bit. I mean, come on. but because I hate big corporations, and I don't think it would kill Nintendo to just sort of let this one slide and try being a fucking bro for a minute. The chances of that are minimal. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see. To all Palworld fans, I hope Nintendo doesn't ruin your game. Moving on, for our main story tonight, the rumor engine is in full effect with a whole bunch of new Switch 2 rumors, leaks, and MacGuffins spilling out all over the timeline. Naturally, we are here to address and try to make sense of it all and see if we can sort out any fact from the inevitable fictions. So, we'll start, as we often do, with the simple question first. Just what exactly is going on? To answer that question, we'll need to travel over to everyone's favorite internet weirdo hive, Reddit. About 3 days ago, photos of not just CAD renders of the supposed Switch 2, but also a shot showing some physical parts, including a partial possible circuit board, showed up on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors sub. They look like this. Personally, if the next Switch really does look like this, fine, I don't care. All I've wanted was for Nintendo to just give me another Switch with better hardware, so if this is what it looks like, fine. I'm great with that. What do you guys think? But more importantly, where are we at with the veracity of this nonsense, though? From the original Reddit post, there has been an update saying the following. The source from Family Boards is saying the original poster said they obtained the shell model from an accessory manufacturer at great cost, quote unquote, and reverse designed it to create that CAD model. Therefore, it's not worth writing off the renders as fake quite yet, as it could be an accurate mock-up of the shell, if the original poster is telling the truth. Alright, so not real, but likely relatively accurate. At least that's how it sounds to me. Great, what's next? Well, the same poster also sourced some specs from a Chinese social media site, and they are the following. Now, if GPU model GMLX30-R-A1 means fuck all to you, do not worry, you're not alone. For an answer to that, we need to get a little deeper inside Reddit, oh no, in order to find this. If this is to be believed, and currently it lines up with most previously confirmed and almost confirmed rumors, the Switch 2 will be about PS4 level power, maybe slightly above, approaching PS4 Pro before DLSS is factored in. RAM-wise, it'll be slower than the current Xbox and PS5, but it will have more than the Xbox and certainly more than the original Switch, almost 12 gigabytes, which is actually quite a bit compared especially to the original model, which had an anemic allotment of only 4. It's actually hard to believe Nintendo managed to put anything out with only 4 gigabytes of RAM, but then when you see how games like Tears of the Kingdom performed, I guess it becomes slightly more believable. Yikes. Internal storage-wise, it's looking likely that there will be multiple SKUs, with the smallest coming in at 256 gigabytes. Much better than the 32 initially offered by the first Switch model almost 8 years ago, but still kind of small in my not-so-humble opinion. But then again, having seen how much I can fit on my modded one with a 128 card, I think it'll probably be fine. If the option of a 512 model proves true though, I will likely spring for that. Speeds are rumored to be about 2.1 gigabytes a second, putting it right on par with the current Xbox model, so no issues there. What do you guys think about these performance specs? If they're anywhere near accurate, geez, a portable PS4 basically that can handle Elden Ring, GTA 5, all the modern Call of Duties, plus pretty much anything else that came out in like the last couple years, I think Nintendo probably has a banger on their hands. I'm just sort of waiting to see how they're gonna fuck it up. Moving on though, that about sums up the credible leaks, so to speak, or at least the ones worth discussing. Next, let's move on to the stuff that's all but confirmed. First up is that it will use an 8-inch LCD screen. People hoping for an OLED on release will likely be disappointed, but if this allows them to keep the price below $500, I think it's probably worth it, especially from a business point of view. We are going to go ahead and consider this all but confirmed, largely due to a report from Bloomberg a couple months ago stating that Foxconn-owned Sharp Corp is supplying a ridiculously large number of 8-inch LCD screens for an unnamed Japanese company. All right, now, could that not be Nintendo? Technically, yeah, but come on, it almost definitely is. Moving on, for anyone on Team Super Nintendo Switch, which includes me, I have some bad news. It's almost definitely going to be called a Switch 2. Fine time for Nintendo to suddenly go with the conventional naming scheme, I guess. Fortunately, this one sits in the all but confirmed category and not the definitely confirmed category, but all the same, I'm preparing for disappointment, as perhaps we all should be, just in general. This one comes not only from the recent leaks on Reddit, but a few other previous ones from earlier in the year as well. I don't know, I think it's going to be Switch 2, y'all. Weak. Lastly, onto the stuff we don't know for sure, but I'm going to wildly speculate about. Or perhaps not so wildly. First is the price. This has been the subject of leaks going back years at this point, but this time, I'm prepared to call it. It's going to be $399. Now, to be fair, this is also the guess of most leaks, including so-called industry professionals and analysts over at GameIndustry.biz, stuff like that. And I think it's spot on. $299 is way too cheap for the hardware. $499 is way too much for a Nintendo console, but $400, I think that's the sweet spot. Maybe $449 for a larger storage SKU. Now, there is, of course, also rumors about magnetic Hall effect Joy-Cons. Both remain unconfirmed, but extremely likely, especially in my opinion, as this is another rumor sourced from multiple outlets, including Vandal, which was correct about the OLED Switch back in the day. I don't personally care how the Joy-Cons attach to the console, but they gotta do something about the drift issues from the last model. Using Hall effect tech seems like the obvious way to do it, but knowing Nintendo and their penchant for seemingly going out of their way to not do the obvious thing, I guess who knows. In terms of battery life, sorry to burst anybody's bubble, I don't care what any of the rumors or leaks say. I think we all know that practically in a real life situation, 2 hours, 3 max is where this thing is going to top out. Yes, supposedly new tech underclocked when not docked, blah, 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 blah. We all know we're getting about 3 hours of it. Mark my motherfuckers. Finally, there is the backwards compatibility mystery, and honestly, the fact that it's still as much of a mystery as it is making me a little nervous, but I will keep it simple. People will riot and burn Nintendo headquarters to the ground if they try pulling any shit with this. You guys cannot fuck this up. Don't do anything stupid. Ignore your idiot Nintendo instincts. Please, for the love of fuck, just do the smart thing here. No one can afford a flight to Japan anyway. All right, that's our show. Thanks so much for chilling with us tonight, spending this little bit of your free time here. We love you today. We love you all the way. So, what do you guys think? Do you believe any of these rumors? Are you excited for a new Switch? Are you going to jailbreak it the second that you can? Do you hate Nintendo and not give a fuck? Let us know in the comments down below, and we'll see everyone next week for more sophomoric sarcasm and industry drama dumping.
Woke up, smoke up, blunt, then I pass out. Pass out. Woke up, what up, smoke up, blunt, then I'm back down. Back down. What? Yup, woke up, smoke up, blunt, then I pass out. Pass out. Woke up, what up, smoke up, blunt, then I'm